Hi, and welcome to Missouri Athletic Club Connections, a podcast highlighting Missouri's only premier athletic club. The MAC is recognized as the foremost private club in St. Louis, known for attracting exceptional people and enriching lives for generations. I'm MAC Membership Director Rodney Stoyer, and today we're talking about the Associates Board as a whole, more importantly, the upcoming Spirit of Giving holiday party sponsored by the Associates. The experts on the subject are right here with me today. I've got current Associates President Madeline Moore and Social Chair, my favorite position, Jonathan Tipping. Thank you both for coming in on the podcast today. We appreciate you being here.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Great. Well, let's get started first. Let's find out a little bit more about each of you as members of the club and what you're doing for the Associates. So, Madeline, if you'd like to start, just a little bit about what's your connection to the club. We know there's some history there. What do you do, professionally within the club, everything else, and what's your connection with the Associates Board and all of those fun things?
Okay, lifelong member.
Yeah.
My parents were members before I was born,
Yep.
so grew up with the club, loved doing swim team here, tennis here, father-daughter dances.
Mm-hmm.
So always came back during summer breaks in college when I graduated, got involved in Women's Initiative Group and Associates Group, was on the council. So once I was old enough to be my own member, I ran for social chair, which now Jonathan took over. Now I'm the president, so I've loved being involved. It's been very rewarding. Professionally, I'm an executive assistant at Sensient. Yeah. So I report to the president and help him with all of his calendar, travel, scheduling, all the company events. And what was the last thing you needed?
That's most of it.
Okay.
You shared just about everything. You covered the associate board thing. Now, I've got to ask you, because I love some of those family stories. So were you one of those that, was in child care and youth programs, and then did you do any, counselor or any of that stuff?
Yes. Okay, that's a great point. So yes, I did go to the child care room when I was a little kid, and then that was my first job.
Right.
So yeah,
I love that.
Thank you for reminding me. Full circle moment, definitely.
Yes, I love those. And then we'll wait. No pressure. We'll wait for the next time where it's now the next generations are kids with child care.
Okay.
We won't put no pressure. We'll wait for that. We'll wait for that. Mr. Tipping, same questions for you.
Of course, yeah. I joined the MAC in February of 2023. Mm-hmm. Got involved in the Associates Council pretty quickly after joining, and ultimately was interested in getting involved in Associates Council in certain positions, and was elected social chair in May of this year. Yeah. And professionally, I'm at CIBC Bank on their commercial real estate team. Got a great team here. A lot of great people here at the club as well that are extremely involved within the commercial real estate industry as well. So it's been really great to meet other young associates here at the club and really have a way that we can put together things that will make the club even better than when we came in and joined it.
Right. Well, and I love both of you. There's a parallel there with, I can't wait to get on the board. I can't wait to get involved in leadership. That's phenomenal. None of this, let's wait and see. So both of you were, I'm on the council. Let's go. Let's get moving. Put me in a job and let's move forward. So that's why we're here today. So let's start by talking about a few things. Let's start, especially because of that associate level of membership. I'd really like to hear a little bit about each of you. What attracted you to the club? And obviously, you've been in the club a long time, Ms. Moore, but still, give us a little bit about what really drew you to have your own membership at the club.
Well, it's a huge family tradition. I haven't known anything else besides being a member my whole life, so it was a natural progression. But when I came back to St. Louis after graduating from University of Arkansas, that's where I made a ton of my friends after college of local girls my age who are young professionals in a similar boat as me. Also, I've had amazing mentors here through Women's Initiative Group, so that's been awesome to get to work with those leaders and learn from them. So I can't picture anything else, but that's really what attracted me to stay and come back after college.
Wonderful, wonderful. And about you?
For me, getting involved in the MAC and what led me to being a part of the club was I wanted to find a group of like-minded young professionals, especially being new to St. Louis. Getting involved and getting to meet more people was pivotal for me in my transition to the city. So getting involved there and building solid friendships. I've had the chance to meet so many great other young people at the club, and those have really fostered strong friendships throughout my time here thus far, and then getting involved as well and having a voice in club decisions
Yes.
is a really cool part about being a part of the associates board. Is we get to sit on club committees as well, which is very cool to be a part of.
Yeah, I think the club embraces that for sure. And one of the things I think was great, and you got to social at the end, which is an important part. We're going to talk a lot about the social aspects, but I love that you both started and mentioned the professional aspect. That's important, right? Is to have, I mean, as a young person in St. Louis, you can find social outlets everywhere, right? But it's that professional aspect, and you both mentioned that specifically. So great part of the MAC for sure. So again, lots of events coming up. Before we get into the one that's coming up, the Spirit of Giving, can we at least touch on the other events, the other 3 events that we do throughout the year as associates? Mm-hmm. Or sponsored by, I should say, by the associates.
There's 3 other events that we have other than the Christmas party, which we'll get into.
Yeah.
We have our March Madness party, which is a great activity held on the 4th floor where we get to watch the March Madness basketball games, do a little side betting here and there between.
There's no betting. I don't know what you're talking about. There's no betting. No.
That was not known. That might be a side.
It's fine. It's not club sponsored, so it's
Definitely
okay.
That might be Jonathan and his boy.
Right. Exactly. And then we have the Havana Nights party, which by far is my favorite party.
Yeah.
That is
It's
that
grown
is awesome.
huge. It's really big already.
Yeah, and a great cigar component as well. We bring in cigar roller, rum tasting. We had a great DJ this summer as well with a lot of great food and dance, and it's all around a great and casino games as well, which was a great party that a lot of members attended this year. Yeah. And we also host Rooftop Happy Hour, which is a great way to get other of our friends across the St. Louis community and attract other young folks to join the club and get to meet other associates as well. And no, I wanted to preface this, no event is specific just to associate members. Yep. While we host these events, we definitely want all members to come and participate in these great parties and events that we host. Yeah,
and I know I'm not telling you a secret here, but the general membership of the club loves that you do that, and their kind of take on things is, the associates throw the best parties. Like, that's why they want to go. Like, you throw the best parties, the best events, the best functions at the club. So I'm sure there's a lot of our members that wish you guys did like 10 a year, but 4 is plenty. There's plenty of work that goes into 4 events a year, but that's fantastic. Love hearing about all the events. So specifically, before we get into the main event, so to speak, what else can you do? We talk about the council, talk about the positions. What are you looking for out of our younger members in the club? What do you want from them? How can they get involved in the club?
The best way to get involved is to come to our monthly meetings. So they're the 4th Monday of the month, 6 p.m. downtown. And that's the number one way, I would say, to get involved. And then you can get on the email group, and then we'll let you know of our next meetings, what's going on. And a lot of people that are in other clubs within the clubs send us information or remind us of events. So then you're privy to those communications too. And then by coming to the events is another way to meet people and get involved. And also, if you have an interest or a special area that you want to become more knowledgeable on, you can just ask one of the people on the board, and we can connect you with the right person. But I get emails from people that are interested. Katie Maurer sends me people that are interested. So just go to the events or the meetings, and that's the best way to get started, I would say.
I love that. And 2 things I would think of. One, because I've been to several of the meetings. These are not heavy meetings. These are not real strict rules of order, board meeting kind of things. They're casual. So you're not going to walk into something that you don't feel comfortable at. So anybody could walk into those. But the big thing I notice is when I do come to your events, the vast majority of you that are on that board and kind of lead the way, you're always there. And I think that's important. So, you're going to be there to welcome, and you're going to be there to kind of introduce and do those kind of things, correct? I mean, I think that's a big part. Young people sometimes feel a little uncomfortable the first time they go to something. And I love how embracing you all are, welcoming the new members for sure.
I was going to say, when I met Jonathan, he was smoking a cigar at the Jack Buck Grill. And one of the girls in my friend friend group was like, he wants to get involved in the associates. And so it could happen just as easy as that by you bumping into somebody.
Right.
So we're really welcoming. Everybody's friends, friendly.
Yeah.
Like, we do stuff outside of our meetings too.
Yeah.
Like, I've had the group over for dinner at my place before. We all meet at the pool in the summer. So it's a really welcoming and friendly group.
Yep, that's what I love. Absolutely love hearing those stories. So that's fantastic. Well, let's do this. Let's get into the Spirit of Giving party, because that's almost here. That's really what we got together for. We want to pitch that and make sure we get more attendance at that. So, again, that's coming up. It's Friday, December 6th. It'll be here before we know it. And if somebody hasn't been to the event before, what can they expect? What kind of things go on at this particular event?
Well, it's a great event that benefits our CSC here. There's several raffles that individuals can participate in and win certain events that go to benefit the charities, which Madeline will get into here shortly. But really, it's another great event full of music, great food as well at this event. And the downtown clubhouse during
Holidays.
the Christmas
no better
time
place,
is
right? Just no
second
better
to none.
place. Yeah.
The decorations are immaculate, and really there's no other party in St. Louis, in my opinion, quite like it.
Yeah.
Which so everybody needs to get on there and register and come to the event. And for those that haven't been, that's really what they should expect.
Yeah, and I don't want to let that slip by when you said like the raffles and the prizes. These are great things. This isn't like just a little bottle of vodka or something. These are really, really good things you're bidding on, and I just love that. It's I think people really turn out. Now, how are you doing for donations and items? Do we need to put out a call for more?
I was going to say, anyone's welcome to donate. If there's members who have golf rounds that they'd want to host.
Sports tickets.
I was going to say sports tickets. We have people donating.
Sometimes like condo stays or something along those lines.
Huge thank you to Nat Walsh, who donated his. Allie Dudenhofer has been working. She's our VP. She's been working above and beyond, calling, getting donations. But we could always use donations for the wine pull.
Yep,
if
another good
people
one.
have whiskeys or special alcohol items they want to donate, we'll work with you, but
absolutely,
we need those by the 22nd. So
by the 22nd, all right.
Appreciative of everybody who's donated, but we could always use more, and it's all for charity. So
yes, that's absolutely. This isn't some associates party fund.
No,
it literally all goes to charity, every ounce of it. So we want to make sure that's known as well. But what else? Mention some of the other things about the actual party itself. Anything else we can think of that I think there's do we occasionally get a visit from a special guy in a red suit?
I was going to say
Santa
by. May or may not be making an appearance.
May or may not be. Yeah, he's kind of busy that time of year, but I know he sometimes comes in, enjoys the party, so hopefully he'll be there. But anything else we're forgetting about the party?
I would just say, if you've never been before, it's a night that you can get dressed up and festive, and it's so fun.
Pictures in front of the tree. There's another good one,
they had an amazing photo booth last year, and you can take your candidates. It's a great way to meet people, but it's just a really special night that we all look forward to every year.
And again, we want to stress the age thing. This is not, obviously our associates members are 30 and under, but this party will have all ages. It literally spans our entire membership, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and so we encourage everyone to get there for sure. So Spirit of Giving is in the title.
Yes.
There's obviously the charity component. Touched on it a little bit. Tell us a little bit more about that, because that's been phenomenal. And boy, in just a few, maybe 4 or 5 years, what has grown from the giving component. So share a little bit more about that.
Okay, so it's a Spirit of Giving holiday party. So the proceeds support the Charitable Society for Children. And then I have the 3 charities: Charities Connections, Miriam School and Learning Center, and Walker Scottish Rite Clinic. So those are going to be the 3 beneficiaries of all the money that was raised. And we raised $7,000 last year. So that's the Spirit of Giving. That's why we're having the event, is for the proceeds to go there. Last year, the event was a $10 entry fee. The Associates Council agreed. We love the cause. We wanted to up it to $15 because that goes to
directly
the charity.
Again. Yep.
So that's our mission and what we're working on the donations for, and really the reason of the season. So we want to although it's a really fun party, there's a great cause behind it too.
Yeah, you can always go to a party, but to have a good cause. And to put the dollars in perspective, if you've never thought about this, I know that the money keeps going up and up, but it used to be maybe the $10,000, $12,000 range is what each of those three charities would get every year. So stop and think about that you're raising with this one party, you're raising a significant chunk of one of those whole donations. And so it's very important to the Charitable Society for Children. They immensely appreciate all the work. But again, what a great thing. And the club always picks these types of charities that are smaller children's charities because that money really means something. There's wonderful causes, United Way and Salvation Army, and great causes. But this is something where it really moves the needle. A $10, $12, $15 donation from our club really makes a significant difference, right?
They'll be there too. So last year was the first year we had them
right.
have
Invited
booths,
them specifically.
and
Yeah,
it was
I forgot
great.
about that.
And we all were like, we want you back.
Yes,
So
yes.
this year's group of charities will be there. And Nat came to our meeting 2 months ago, and it's been great working with him, and he's been really helpful connecting the dots. So it's just really rewarding too, because to know we're also a social club and we like to plan these events, we're also giving back too.
Right.
So.
Well, that's wonderful again. Anything else I'm missing on the event side of things? I think we talked about all 4 events. We covered everything with Spirit of Giving. Anything else from an event standpoint? I guess one other thing, and we don't have to talk about specifics, but one nice thing is that when some of our other clubs within a club call on you, I know we've had things like, wasn't the tequila tasting one time and you kind of co-sponsored? So that's another thing, right, is that you'll work with the other clubs. You'll rally your members to attend those events as well.
Yeah. It's good. Or if there's an event, we'll get a group together and go to it, and vice versa. Yeah. I know Mark Twain Society is really popular with Carl Winter's group, and Women's Initiative group has been awesome. Yeah. We have Sheila coming to our next meeting to talk to the associates. So we actually like to have other heads of the clubs within the club come to our meetings to kind of explain more about what they do.
Yeah. Wonderful, wonderful. So again, there's a lot of calls to action here, right? So if you're a young member of the club, come to the Associates Council meetings. They're very rewarding. You'll learn a lot. Everybody in the club, come to these 4 events, but most importantly, the Spirit of Giving. Please don't forget wine donations, any other donations, because that's where the funds are really raised. That's what really matters. So please get those donations in, and by the 22nd of November, right? All right, well, we'll get those in. So then I guess last but not least, and I know that I'm safe asking a younger person, how do you sign up for these events at the club?
You can register on the app.
On the app, I love it. Perfect.
On the app, of course. And the party's December 6th. It's in the downtown clubhouse. So register on the app, and we look forward to seeing you there.
Yeah, perfect. Well, wonderful. I can't thank you both enough for being here. Really appreciate your time. And again, thanks for another amazing episode of Missouri Athletic Club Connections. Stay connected with us through the events calendar, the MAC app, and social media, and we'll see you again real soon.
Thanks, Rodney.
Thank you.
You.